if I was rich, you beautiful thing, I'd have you.
Max, you are a fool.
Having a good time, Vicky?
Grand.
I want you to have a good time. Always.
Why the 2 and 3pennies, Edward? You can see just as well in the 1 and 6pennies.
Well, I just thought that
No,
if we said...
Edward, darling, that's just what you don't do. Think. Money doesn't grow on trees, you know.
Not so bad.
The farther back,
One laugh.
the better, I say.
Right.
The 1 and 6pennies would have been just as good.
Our hearts are thrilling to the strings that you play from dawn till the daylight dies. Good night, Vienna, where moonlight fills the air.
I don't know how Herbert can afford a motorbike. Works in the same office as you.
HP.
Typical.
Oh, but more than a lot of people get things on hire
A
purchase.
lot of people doing something silly doesn't make it sensible.
No.
Life isn't like the cinema, Edward.
No. Bill knew the moment was his. Deftly, he steered the car into the shadow of the trees. As the throb of the engine died away, he turned and masterfully crushed the Marchesa to his breast. With a deep sigh, she yielded her lips in such a kiss as he had never dreamed of. Herbert?
Hmm?
What do you think of Maud?
Very pretty. Molto glamoroso.
No, I mean really.
Well, she does sort of jump in a man a bit.
Meaning,
Well, you know,
yes. She does a bit, doesn't she?
but very pretty. And to see you two dance at the Palais, all we clodhoppers just stop and stare. Absolutely ripping syncopation. She'll make you a marvelous wife. Look, help me with this before we have to go back to that dreary office. I ask you, who'd be a stockbroker?
We would, given half a chance.
Yes. Anyway, arrange the following girls' names in order of popularity.
Oh, gosh, how are we expected to know that?
Well, if I were you, I'd write them down in the reverse order of the way you think they ought to go, and then pray. I don't see Maud down there.
Oh, that's very funny. Ha, ha, ha.
Elizabeth, Margaret.
Herbert,
What is it now?
you don't think it's true, do you?
I don't think what's true.
That girls turn out to be like their mothers.
And how was the dancing last night?
Not too bad. But they're putting up the price of admission next month.
Well, I think I can afford it.
I think we should make a stand.
If we make a stand, we won't be able to dance, will we?
Maud, dear, would you go and put the kettle on? We shall be wanting our tea soon.
Yes, Mother, of course.
Now, Edward, now Maud's out of the room, I've simply got to know, what exactly are your intentions?
Intentions, Mrs. Lithinglow? About what?
Your intentions towards Maud, of course.
But Mrs. Lithinglow, we're engaged. To be married.
So you say, Edward. And so Maud says, and yet I don't see an engagement ring on her finger.
Oh, that. Well...
Is it that you can't afford it?
Oh, no. It's just that I haven't got around to it yet.
You must understand, Edward, that if... Don't clutch the wool, dear.
Sorry.
You must understand that if Mr. Lithinglow were alive, he would be the one asking these questions.
Oh, I do understand. But the fact is that Maud's always going on about being careful with money, and I must say that I agree...
The fact is, Edward, that my daughter is engaged to be married and yet has no ring on her finger to... Well, how shall I put it? I won't say to advertise the fact, but to cement the relationship.
I'll take care of it tomorrow, Mrs. Lithinglow. Promise.
There's a good boy.
Ed, it's beautiful. Very good taste, but
But what?
it must have cost a small fortune.
Well, you wouldn't want a cheap engagement ring, would you?
No, darling, of course
I
not.
mean, I have a good job on the stock
You're
exchange.
still only a red button.
Yes, but I shall be a blue button next year.
Yes, darling, I know that. But it just doesn't do to be extravagant.
Do you mean you want me to change it for something cheaper?
I really wouldn't mind. I mean, I wouldn't want to feel guilty wearing it.
Well, as a matter of fact, I was hoping we could have a short engagement.
How short?
I'd like us to be married early next year.
Oh, Edward, that is sweet of you. But don't you think it would be more prudent to wait a bit longer?
Why? We've already been engaged for 3 months.
Darling, I know that, but... Well, I know you're going to be a success. You'll probably be a partner in 10 years.
10 years?
But at the moment, your salary isn't that large.
Sometimes I wonder whether you want to marry me at all, or that you even love me.
Edward, darling, you're just being silly. Because I try to be practical doesn't mean I don't love you. It could mean I love you more than you think. You see, you're a bit of a dreamer, aren't you, darling?
Am I?
All I'm saying is let's wait a bit till we marry. You'll see I'm right.
Well, it's up to you, Maud, of course. And all right, I'll change the ring.
£500?
First prize.
What for?
That competition. You remember? Arrange the girls' names.
Yes.
Well, I did what you said, and I won it.
I've been bursting to tell you all morning, but old Eyebrows never took his eyes off us.
I say, 500 jolly old pounds. You're rich.
I'm rich.
Maud will marry you pronto now.
Yes.
Tell her you're investing a gilt-edged or conversion loan and she'll love you to distraction. She'll collapse in your arms.
Yes, of course. A little nest egg for the future. Yes, I realize that's the sensible thing to do.
Thank you very much. I'm sure it's very, very pleased with you. Nothing to
She is the loveliest thing. What does Maud think about it?
Well, actually, I haven't told her yet.
What? Oh, my God. Just wait till she finds out.
Well, I have to learn to drive it first.
Get in. Strangler, switch on, starter, clutch, gears, handbrake, throttle.
What?
Strangler. Switch
Start.
on,
Switch on.
starter, clutch,
Clutch.
gears,
Yes.
handbrake.
Strangler. Switch on. Starter. Clutch. Handbrake. Throttle.
How many times do I have to tell you? Starter, clutch, gears,
Gears.
handbrake, throttle.
Not go to the Palais tomorrow, but we always go on Thursday. What about my Paso Doble?
Strangler. Switch on. Starter. Clutch. Gears. Handbrake. Throttle.
The moment has come, Edward, to tell you that there's more than one gear.
But I don't understand. Again?
It's the New York Stock Exchange, you see. It's still not tickety-boo. And with Christmas in the
Splendid. You're getting better every day. Now it's time to learn reverse.
You mean it goes backwards?
I wish I knew why you were behaving like this.
I'm trying to explain, Maud. It's the Contangos and Settlement Day. There's a lot of adding up to do.
Is there no one else in that office who can take any responsibility, Edward?
You see? Driving is just a matter of confidence, experience.
Well, thanks very much for helping, Herbert.
It's a pleasure. So, when are you going to tell her?
Huh?
Maud, I mean.
Maud, yes. Well, I thought I'd tell her after Christmas.
You mean you won't be going away?
Away? Well, why should I?
What, a spanking new car, a nice long holiday, and you're going to loll around in Maud's place, with Mother in attendance.
Well, I did say I'd spend Christmas with them.
Oh, well. Chacun à son goût.
Why, what would you do?
Well, to start with, if I had a car like this, I'd ask Millie to come down to Brighton.
Yes, and if she refused?
I'd take off by myself. Spend the evening at Sherry's.
What happens there?
What doesn't happen there? Dancing. You'd like that. Big bands.
Really?
And there's always more mares than stallions.
Expensive?
It's 1 and 6 at the door. Now, you take a look around, you pick your partner. It'll cost you a drink or two. Say a small port and lemon or a shandy gaff. And on the way back, cut over to Horsham and Dorking, beetle up the Kingston bypass, stop for breakfast at the Ace of Spades. There's scarcely a girl you wouldn't have in the hollow of your hand.
Well, thanks for your advice, Herbert, but I shall have to spend Christmas with Maud. I can't let her down.
Well, it's up to you, old boy. My motto is, gather your rosebuds while you may.
But you always spend Christmas with us.
That's right.
I know, and I'm sorry. But you see, it's this pal of mine.
Which pal?
You've met him, Maud, at the Flicks first, with Millie, Herbert Maynard.
Oh, yes. I remember him. Rather shallow, I thought.
Didn't he come here to tea once?
Yes, that's right. We worked together in the city.
As for her,
And what has he to do with Christmas?
Well, you see, he spends it in the country.
why? Does he live in the country?
No. But his parents do, in Surrey.
And so, of course, he spends Christmas with them.
That's right, Mrs. Livinglow. And I've been asked.
Well, that's very kind of them.
I thought so.
But what has that to do with your not spending Christmas with your fiancée?
And her mother.
Well, I promised, you see.
Why?
Because... Herbert's father is almost blind.
And?
And? His mother is a cripple. He feels she can't cope.
How could you help?
Oh. Christmas tree, holly, plum pudding, that sort of thing. I mean, I promised. Well, you can't let a pal down.
Well, I find it very odd. First, you hardly come to see me all this week.
I've already explained that, Maud. I've been kept late at the office every
Well,
night.
it's not for me to interfere, of course, but I'm surprised you find your pal, as you call him, more important than your affianced.
Well, I can't go back on my word now, but I'll be here Boxing Day if all goes well. Sorry.
Well,
Tell me, dear, this cheaper engagement ring he was buying, has he given it to you yet?
no. No, Mother, he hasn't. I don't know what I'm doing wrong.
Oh, come, all ye faithful, joyful and triumphant. Oh, come, all
What can we do for our stranger in Mufti?
Do I have to be in evening dress?
Oh, not a necessity. En route, are we?
Brighton.
Amply dressed, Squire, amply dressed.
Thank you.
Now, what's the snifter of your choice?
Half a bitter, please.
Half a bitter? Ice and lemon?
No. Half a bitter.
Just joking, Squire, just joking. Half a take of the best bitter. Charity ball, every 23rd of December. At closing time, Roger de Coverley upstairs and no one gets a wink of sleep all night.
Major, where the devil's my black velvet got?
A small pork and lemon.
Jolly good idea. You get that small pork and lemon. Ah, Sir Edwin, huh?
Jimmy's just arrived. Thought he was going to drive straight through into the bar. And she said he was leading a cavalry charge, silly ass.
Jimmy is a silly ass. Didn't you know, darling?
Silly ass.
Just take sandwich. Yeah, just one moment, please, sir. Senor, au point, or tortured.
I'd like it soon.
Oh, God. It's only just 9 o'clock.
Are you there, Mother?
Yes, dear. I'll go.
Not too much, just a few pence.
Here's the thing. You'll never guess who's passing the hat.
Who?
I asked him to come in. Come in.
Merry Christmas, Maud.
You?
Is something the matter?
Oh, no. Nothing important.
Yeah, we picked your house specially. I thought Edward would be here.
Tell me, Mr.
Maynard.
Tell me, Mr. Maynard. Do your family live in the country?
Yes, but I don't.
Where exactly? Surrey?
No, Aberdeen.
And your father? Is he blind?
Well, no. Not all the time.
And your mother a cripple?
Good heavens, no. No, she's the ladies' curling champion of the Eastern Highlands. I say, what's this all about?
Oh, no, it's as Maud said. It's nothing important.
Right. Then I'll be on my way caroling. A little something for those less fortunate than ourselves.
Give him sixpence, Mother.
Oh, look at that. Hello, Merry Christmas.
Agnes Lorella's been boggled.
To work!
One right. Yeah, come on. The ice. In I get. Go.
Good grief. The police. Meet me, Little Chessington, corner Salters Lane, 10 o'clock.
Age you've been. Oh, heavens to Betsy. It's not Gerald.
No. My name is Edward.
Oh, Gerald's brother. Of course.
I'm so glad. That idiot Jimmy said that he was sending Gerald. I say, it's jolly good of you to come. I've been dying to meet you.
Yes, but I think there's been
Goodness,
some kind of a mistake.
do you know, I haven't seen you since I was 6. Isn't that a scream?
This necklace.
Oh,
I found it.
in case the village Bobby's abroad. I say, would you like me to drive? You can't have had much practice in Bulawayo. It's awfully tricky around these lanes till you get the hang of it.
Yes, but
especially in this weather. Jolly good. Move over. Hold that. Right. Off we go. Too pacey for you?
No, that's fine. As fast as you like.
Damn! They're after us.
For the police?
Oh, I do hope not. Jimmy.
Which Jimmy?
My Jimmy.
Your,
Jimmy, my fiancé.
Oh, he's all right.
Shame about his ankle.
Yeah.
Did he have time to tell you the whole story?
Actually, no.
Well...
Well...
Of course, we planned it down to the last detail. I borrowed one of the maid's rooms, the Tantalus, changed into a dark sweater and slacks, and dashed across the road. Some idiot nearly ran me down.
Really?
Then, up the ivy, the only useful thing I ever learned at finishing school. Well, the maid was in the room, of course, but the minute Jimmy started the fire, she rushed out, I rushed in, grabbed the necklace, back down the ivy. Bob's your uncle. Well, of course, when Jimmy didn't turn up, that was a bit worrying. All I could do was race back to the car park, shove the necklace and a note in Jimmy's car, and pray. Then I crept in through the back of the hotel, and was back on the dance floor before you could say quick step. I don't think anyone even noticed I'd gone.
Is it very valuable?
The Lorella diamonds? My dear Edward, they're priceless. Now, come on in, Edward, for a quick wash and brush up before we dash off to the Café de Paris.
The Café de Paris?
Oh, Lord, love the dark. Didn't Gerald tell you anything?
Yes, but what about my clothes?
We'll rig you up in something. Oh, you're not going to desert me now. Hello, Grosvenor.
Good evening, your ladyship.
Come on, Edward. what to imbibe. Gimlet, horse's neck, white ladies.
Well, what are you imbibing?
Well, I think cocktails are all so boring, don't you? Let's stick to champagne, shall we?
Let's.
Champagne, please, Gaston. Oh, golly, I nearly forgot.
What?
The necklace.
What, here? You really think you should?
As though.
Whatever you say.
It's quite an adventure, don't you?
Rather.
Do you dance?
Yes, actually I do.
Any good?
Actually I am.
Oh,
yes.
come on then. Give us a whirl.
There she is. Who's she with?
I don't know, darling.
Right. 4 sides of the floor, and we'll try a pincer movie. Good evening, Noreen.
Don't let go, Edward. Whatever you do, don't let go.
Do you mind if I steal it?
Hello, Melbury. How lovely to see you.
And you too, my dear.
I see.
May I?
Oh, I'd love to.
Excuse me, Sally.
Stay close.
Your escort doesn't seem to trust me at all. Hasn't let you out of his sight.
Many thanks.
Thank you.
Noreen.
Quick, Edward, into the middle of the floor. Excuse me. Oh, sorry. Thanks a lot. Dance, Edward. Just dance.
Who the hell is he?
She calls him Edward.
Gerald's brother?
Nothing like him.
You don't mind old chap, do you?
Nowhere.
Afraid?
No, of course I'm not afraid. Edward, watch this gentleman like a hawk. Perhaps like bells with me. No. Sebastian. No, Sebastian, play fair. Sebastian!
That's enough. Keep your filthy hands off her.
I beg your pardon.
I can see what you're up to. You're trying to steal the necklace.
That's a good one. Well, I'm here to return it to its rightful owner.
Sebastian! Wait.
Stop her.
I'll get one.
One?
Yes!
Fair enough, old girl. Congratulations. Jimmy will be proud of you. Well done, old boy. Congratulations.
But I still don't see why you had to wear the necklace.
Good gracious. Did Gerald tell you anything at all?
Very little.
Well, it's all rather stupid and difficult to understand, I suppose. The truth is, Edward, I'm bored. Oh, I'm not like you with herds of cattle to look after and hundreds of workers. I'm bored because I was brought up to lead a thoroughly useless life. So, first of all, it was pub crawls, and then treasure hunts. And last month, I invented burglaries. 50 quid entrance fee and lots to be drawn. Jimmy and I drew Agnes Lorella.
Isn't that the girl who jumped off Henley Bridge for a bet?
That's right, and her cami knickers. Oh, and just missed the umpire's launch. Well, the rules are: 1, you operate in pairs. 2, the burglary must be carried out within 3 days of the draw. And 3, the loot must be worn for at least 1 hour in a public place. Regardez the Café de Paris. As public as they come. And if you don't do all that, you forfeit your 50 quid and pay a £100 fine.
That's why they were chasing us.
Yes. Well, as I said, it all sounds rather stupid.
No. No, it's very exciting. It's romantic. It's an adventure. I'm glad I was part of it.
So am I.
And you're going to marry this Jimmy fellow?
That's the idea. The moment of going to press.
Well, you don't sound very sure.
Well, as I said, I'm bored. Oh, I'm sick of living at home. Jimmy's rich. My class, as they say. Household cavalry, all that. Looks quite tall on a horse. I shall have 5 children and fade into obscurity.
Oh, I'm sure you won't. You'll always be the life and soul.
Are you married, Edward?
No, like you, engaged.
To some dusky Bulawayan maiden?
Actually, no.
A missionary's daughter?
Not exactly, no.
Well, I hope she likes to dance.
Actually, yes.
Where do you dance when you're over here?
The Hammersmith Palais.
Hmm. Where's that?
Hammersmith.
Is she over here with you?
Yes, actually.
Then where is she tonight?
Well, it's a bit difficult to explain.
A row? A blazing row?
Not exactly, no. Not yet.
Another love?
In a way.
Then where's she?
Outside.
Outside? Thou speakest in riddles, O Edward. come along, drink up. Thou must take me home.
Yes, of course.
Oh, and then I know you'll be a sweet man and take these back to Agnes.
What, tonight?
Well, the battle is lost and won. I should like you to have them back at once. You're not tired.
No, of course not.
On Captain Folliot's account, please, Gaston. Thank you. Oh, well. What a night. What's the time?
It's nearly 2.
Oh, good. Then we've just got time to drop off at the palace. Oh, thanks. Shame about poor Jimmy's ankle. Still, we won the prize.
How did he do it?
He caught his foot in a rabbit trap. He's only really safe on a horse.
It wouldn't have happened if he climbed the ivy instead of you. Why didn't it?
There's no head for height.
Laurie!
Gerald!
Thank the Lord, I've got hold of you at last. I say, I went to the cafe to pee, but you left.
How's Jimmy?
Well, Jimmy's an ass.
Oh, Gerald.
Sorry, girl, but he is. Let's try to get over here.
But it's not his fault that he got his foot caught.
It's nobody else's fault.
I had to keep going. Avec the necklace.
Of course. But trust Jimmy to call back to Agnes's house to ask for help.
I know. What did she do?
Well, she sent her chauffeur to pick up his car in the Tantalus car park, to take him to the cottage hospital.
Yes.
But he picked up the wrong car.
Oh, no.
So some poor blight has lost his motor. God knows where the diamonds are.
What? What do you mean? We've got them. Well, Edward has. Don't you say hello to your own brother?
What?
To Edward.
He laughed. Edward's in away.
Oh, so... Oh, heavens. A real burglar. But you said that...
I have to thank you, Lady Noreen, for a most delightful evening. Toodaloo.
Who the devil is that?
Edward!
Look!
Wait!
There's Jimmy's car.
Edward! Wait! Edward! Give me the necklace, please. Please. Edward, please, no, I've got to get back to Agnes. Oh, go on, be a sport. We've had a good evening together. A lovely adventure, please. Oh, you lovely, lovely man.
You'd better have these, too.
Take me with you.
Where?
Wherever your next job is.
Job?
I wouldn't be a handicap to you. I promise. I might even get quite good at it.
Sorry. Good at what?
Just look at what you nearly got away with tonight, on your own. A diamond necklace, a string of pearls. Just think what you could do with an accomplice.
That's terribly kind of you. But what about Jimmy?
Oh, well, Jimmy's all right, but he's got no sense of adventure or... well, romance.
Supposing we're caught. Isn't Jimmy better than 6 months in Holloway? Hmm?
Yes, I suppose.
I'm being rejected.
No, no. It's only that I couldn't ask that big a sacrifice from such a very wonderful girl.
You mean this is goodbye?
Goodbye.
We'll never meet again.
I don't expect so. But I shall never forget you.
Nor I you. Have a good life.
Oh, and you. I want you to have a good life. Always.
Bye! Whoever you are.
Merry Christmas.
Edward, it's you. I didn't expect you back so soon. Did you have a nice time with that friend of yours?
Ah, that was a lie. The truth is, I won a magazine competition. £500, as a matter of fact.
£500?
Yes. And instead of investing it in gilt-edged or conversion bonds, I bought a car.
A car?
An absolute beauty. I didn't tell you because I knew you'd kick up the dickens of a fuss. That's the first thing. I bought the car so there's nothing more to be said about it.
And that's what you were doing yesterday?
That's right. And all week, giving her a bit of a whirl. The second thing is...
But Edward, why should I kick up a fuss? A car proves that you're going up in the world.
Yes. Oh, yes, I can see that now.
You silly boy. Can we go for a drive tomorrow?
If you like.
Of course.
Maud?
And Mother will love it.
There's a white car just outside in the road. Do you know what? Edward. Well,
Hello, Mrs. Livinglow. Can't you see we're talking?
dare say you are. Why?
Please, we'd like to be alone. And a Merry Christmas. The second thing is, I'm not going to hang about waiting. I'm going to marry you next month. Until then, are you prepared to wear this ring? It's the same one. I didn't change it. Well, quickly, yes or no?
You're so different today, Edward.
Yes. Yes, for 24 hours, I've been a man instead of a mouse.
Because you bought a car.
Yes, exactly. Well, sort of. Do you love me, Maud?
Oh, Edward, I adore you.